What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is Frady Cat Gaming, and we're here with another video for War of the Visions. This is the second video in our beginner series for 2025. So if you are a new player to War of the Visions, this is the place to be. If you didn't get a chance to, go back and watch my reroll guide on getting started the right way to give yourself the best chance at having a really stacked account. There's a lot of really good stuff in the banners for newcomers, for beginners, and I kind of guide you through and tell you what's what and the things to look out for. Moving on, we have a video about equipment, right? So here's the thing. You re-rolled your account, you got the unit you want, you got really good units all leveled up and everything like that. And what do you do next? Well, the video before this went over what you can do to start getting some Visior, so you can bank some in-game currency to start pulling on characters that you really want that are going to be coming out soon, right? So you want to start saving. We talked about that already. Next, you're going to start hitting some missions or quests that are going to start getting a little harder, even though you have really strong characters. And a lot of the stuff in the beginning, your characters can just bang out of the way. When you start wanting to farm for equipment, so you can build the best equipment for your new shiny characters, sometimes it's a little more nuanced than that and a little harder. Now, it's much easier than when the game first launched, and it kind of has to be. But there's a couple of things that I want to share with you to make the process of getting through this game really easy, because it can be quite daunting to start out. So, what we're going to do is actually, we're going to look at the shop first, okay? Now, when you log in, you get equipment given to you just as like a baseline, some starter equipment. That is great to start with, right? While you're kind of building up. Something else I want to recommend is if you go into the shop here, you're going to see these weapons right here and equipment, and then there's going to be recipes so you can craft stuff. I would suggest picking up these normal rarity. The N is normal rarity. That's the lowest rarity. Picking up these weapons and armor, because they are just the baseline. They can't be upgraded. They just give you something that you can throw on to characters. Because sometimes you might have like one weapon kind of built up, but then you have another character that uses the same weapon, and then you don't have something for them. So this just kind of takes care of that, gives you something to put on a character, especially armor and stuff. Especially with characters that you're leveling from 1, it might make it a little more of a difference than, you know, the character that you're pulling at 120 or 99 or something like that. All right, but just good to have in there, just in case you need it. And you can also pick up recipes. I would maybe suggest staying away from this right now. You can go farm recipes. You can get them from quests and stuff like that. You don't need to really buy them. Sometimes there will be MR recipes, so if you're having a hard time finding a certain recipe and you see it in here, you can always pick up a recipe, okay? The other thing that I would like to suggest is sometimes I like to actually go pick up these crafting things, these crafting materials at the bottom of the list, just because, especially in the beginning, it can be really hard to have to farm for all of it, right? As you experience the game more and you farm for more things, you end up with like an overstock. But in the beginning, sometimes you're scraping for these materials. So I try to find everywhere I can to get them. So I'm going to go ahead and batch purchase these. I just completed a sub quest, so we get some biz for that. All right, and then you can also update the shop. I did my updates today, so the first few are free. Just be careful that you don't you read this, because it'll tell you when you're going to start using Viz, and you don't want to do that to update the shop. But you might as well update a couple times. Honestly, I would stay away from the beginner equipment shops. You can spend Viz to get equipment, which, I mean, if you're really in a pinch and you don't mind spending Viz on it, cool, go for it. But I would like to save my Viz for banners, yeah? And then the one last thing in the shop that I'll mention really quick is that you can get sometimes recipes and crafting materials from medals from doing certain events and stuff. So once the game loads again, I'll show you. So right now, the Final Fantasy XIV event is going on, and you can, but just by running the events, you'll get medals or tombstones of Goetia in this case, where you can get shards, and you can also get crafting recipes. Now, for this event, I would suggest getting the recipes from the shop because for some reason the drop rate is really, really low in the event itself. So you can go pick these up, and we're actually going to craft this right now. I'm going to walk you through it. All right, so I already picked that up in the shop. You can also pick up down here at the bottom. Not at the bottom. Where is it? Where is it? So in the middle, sorry, in the middle. These are crafting materials. So for this weapon in particular, we need Sorrowful Hearts and Cloudy Saps. So I just kind of got what I needed from here. I'll probably, after farming more, clear this out just so I have a stockpile. Yeah, because you need quite a bit. And then you'll need it for other weapons and stuff as well. Yeah? And you can do the same thing in other tabs for different events and stuff, like the Final Fantasy X-2 event that's going on right now. So, actually what we're going to do, hold on, before we actually craft, I want to show you one more thing. So that's one way you can get some equipment just to start you off. Another way you can get some equipment is in events and multi-quests, okay? I'm just going to talk about events first. So basically, when a collaboration is going on, there are event quests that can be like story or just like something for you to get drops to build the characters. Usually there's like a baseline quest that you have to complete first, like this, and then it unlocks an EX quest, which usually has the gear associated with that event. So we've done all of them. We've been farming. For this one, there is the Lionheart replica and then the Bale Gauntlet. We have to farm more of the Bale Gauntlet. But it's a little, we need better equipment so we can make it more efficient. So that's kind of where we are right now. And then you can also farm for equipment by doing multi-quests. Multi-quests are a co-op, so you can do it with up to 4 players. You could do it solo if you really wanted to. Might be efficient, especially to start, because you don't need like a whole team all banged out and all uploaded and everything. Or what am I saying? All upgraded. Like completely like to the nines with all the gear and vision cards and everything. Like if you just by logging in and pulling on those banners, you'll have enough to like build up one character, throw them in here, and get some recipes. So I would suggest doing that. You just click on one, you can join a room, or you can create one for yourself. And then, actually, really quick, we're going to go back to events, because there's another way that you can get more gear in the Farplane archives. There is a tab for equipment. You need Farplane keys, which you get from exchanging friend medals, okay? And then you can pick whatever equipment you want, whatever weapon, whatever armor you want, and you unlock it for a certain amount of time with a key, and then you can farm that, and you can farm that by yourself, or you can farm that in multi. And then you can also do the same thing for story, units, and titles, okay? So, that's where you get the equipment, right? Now, we're going to craft some equipment. So, we're going to go in here, and we're going to craft... I already crafted the Yuna's weapon. I want to craft another one, but I need more crafting materials. So, I'm going to have to farm that event some more so I can... we'll get crafting materials just by farming the event itself, but you'll get more in the shop. We're going to go ahead and craft a Lionheart replica. Now, I clicked this little check mark because I made like a +1 version. Now, when I check this, it will let me use that version to craft the full version, which now is a +6. It just got upgraded. So usually when a piece of equipment is out, the max you can do is +5. Older gear that gets upgraded when it's re-released, they add 1 level and it goes to +6. Okay? To make one +5 piece of gear, you need 63 recipes, and then whatever the other stuff is. It says 61 because we already have something crafted. Okay? Well, it says 61 because we have something crafted, and then it takes 1 more recipe to make it +6. So 64 to make it +6, and then also from 5 to 6, you need one of these crafting heart things, crafting stones. So now we have enough. We're going to go ahead and craft this. All you have to do is hit is craft. Then you're going to get some choices, okay? So you can go check the stats on the different types of equipment for each weapon on Votive Calc. Now, we have a choice. We can make this a magic-based weapon, we can make this an assault-based weapon, or we can make this an aim-based weapon. We're mostly going to use this on... I usually make one of each type of a weapon. We're mostly using this for Thancred. That is the only weapon he can use. He is one of the collaboration units. And I think we're actually going to go with aim to start to make him a little more accurate. Um, you could really, I would suggest either assault or aim, but we're gonna go with, you know what? We're gonna go with assault, just for more power. He's getting a lot of aim with his rework, so we're gonna start with assault. I'll go back and I'll make an aim one later. Well, we just want more firepower. You're not done though. So from here, what you got to do is you got to find that piece of equipment, right? And you got to level it up now. Now you'll see, like, I have some of the other, the normal type weapons. I didn't level them all up yet, just the ones I've been using. And then you got +3 rarity from logging in for the first time, right? So you can go ahead and you can level those up too. Now, the normal equipment is baseline 30, level 30 max. You can't awaken it or anything like that. Anything you can craft, for the most part, you can awaken, which means you basically add stars on it like you would awaken characters, right? So it brings it to level 50. Each star adds 10 levels. All right. And then you have to enhance it. And sometimes awakening a weapon will basically level up the abilities on the weapon as well, which they'll usually have like a general ability, and sometimes they have a character specific or an element specific or a job specific ability as well. So Thancred is getting light attack up 30, slash attack piercing rate 20, and area attack resistance up. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our adamantite and we're gonna level it. Now some people like to just go all in and max it out. We have success rate up, so we should have a fine time maxing out the stats. You're not guaranteed to get maximum stats on each one of these little indicators right here, or ratios, or fractions. I don't know what you call it, actually, at this point. So what you can do to make sure that you do get maximum value is use something called seals, which I'll show you in a second. And usually have a better rate if you kind of take a few levels at a time. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do like 5 levels at a time. We'll hit enhance, and then what we're looking to level right now is attack mainly. He doesn't really need magic. There's crit and there's accuracy and HP. So you can use 3 seals at a time. We're gonna use HP, attack, and crit. Now you also want to be careful. You don't have a lot of seals to start with. So you don't want to go too crazy with them. Like, I definitely wouldn't go max and then pick 50 of each seal. That would be foolish because you won't need that many, right? So we actually might even be a little more prudent and not go all the way right here, right? Because, like, for instance, look, our accuracy and our crit, they only need one level left. So let's just focus on those. We'll do a level at a time for a second until we get +1, just so we're being efficient with our seals. It is a little tedious. You don't have to do that. You could just gamble and hope that the things get leveled up, which they probably will because we have success rate up. But let me just do a couple, and then I'll do a few more levels in bulk, right? So let's do 10. Yeah, this time I'm just gonna do HP, attack, and that's it. Right? See, we got a little bit more. Yeah, so you don't need to use the seals to level a particular thing. It just increases the chances that stat will increase. So we're just going to focus on HP and attack for now. I didn't need to do the HP there. I wasn't really paying attention. I should have saved this HP seal. But we're just going to keep going here. We'll do a couple more attack. And then basically, like, as things fill up, you have a better shot of being guaranteed the stat that's left over, right? So the more stats there are, the more spread the distribution is going to be. But now, for instance, we've leveled everything. Attack is the only one that has anything left. So chances are, it's just going to max itself out, no problem. We're not going to even add seals right now, and it'll go to 202, right? And we probably didn't need to use that many seals, right? You can also just try to level it full out without using seals. And if you don't get the stats maximum, you can reset your enhancements with resmithing hammers. You don't start out with a lot though, so be a little prudent with that. You can always reset them. It's not like you have to do it right in that moment. Just remember that you want to. And you get one free reset per day as well right now, at least when you're a beginner. And sometimes they have campaigns. So that's not too bad. So now we have our Lionheart +6. So that's a weapon that a bunch of people can use. It's a featured event, so we don't have to unlock anything. So we can farm for a couple of those, so we can make a couple to give to some of our sword units, because there are a lot of sword units. So swords are usually good to have. Yeah, so that is crafting pretty much. You can do the same thing for armor. We don't really have anything else ready to go other than the things that they gave us. But some of the things you can pick up in the shop are like these rhinestone rings, the bronze helm, the leather hat, leather plate, things like that. Just to give yourself some equipment to put on your units. And then you just put them on the units. We'll look at that in another video. You just need to know how to craft them. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, that is crafting. That is how you can go about collecting recipes and equipment, how you go about farming for them, and how you go about crafting them, and how the crafting system kind of works. Okay? If you have any questions, or if I didn't answer something or something's unclear, please ask. Just leave a comment in the video on the video below, or join the Discord and ask me on Discord. Either way, I'm happy to help. I hope this helped you. And yeah, good luck on your War of the Visions adventures. I'll see you next time.